Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday, July the 26th, 2020. It is currently 4:23 p.m. Central Time, and this is the Currently On podcast, and we're about to talk about what's currently on, and what's currently on my stereo system right now is a song by Juice Wrld and Marshmello. Now, I know the album's already been out. I know the album already hit #1 on the Billboard charts, but this song by Juice Wrld and Marshmello is getting a lot of attention. It is a song that was one of the most added songs to radio. I don't know if you still listen to that thing. I know it's kind of an archaic thing. Sometimes you get in the car and you see that thing there in the dashboard and like, what is that? Oh, that's a radio. Maybe your car still has one, maybe not. You probably just plug in your phone and listen to whatever you want. But yes, the song was one of the most added tracks to radio for those who still listen to it. But it also has had some impressive chart numbers this week. Juice Wrld and Marshmello's song Come and Go debuts at #1. Now listen to this, on the Hot Rock and Alternative Songs chart. That's interesting. Juice Wrld and Marshmello now have the #1 song on the Hot Rock and Alternative Song chart. Now we know once all of the Taylor Swift numbers come in that's going to probably change a lot of this, and all of the momentum Juice WRLD's album had gained and all the attention will probably kind of get pushed back a little bit, and Taylor Swift is going to take over some of those chart positions and some of those numbers. She's bringing in some really big streaming numbers, and so it'll be interesting to see how where it all ends up. But in spite of all of that, I want to take some time today and let's dig into this song by Juice WRLD and Marshmello. Let's dig into it. Let's look at the lyrics. Let's talk about it. Now, I wish I could play the song for you. Oh, do I wish I could. It would be awesome to play the song. Start it, stop it, start it, stop it, talk about the musical structure, talk about the lyrics, but you can't do that because of copyright violations. I really wish you could. I wish there was a way around that so that you don't, get sued into oblivion or your podcast gets, removed because of copyright violations. So all I can do is talk about it. But obviously, if you have a subscription to any streaming service on the planet Earth, you can go listen to the song yourself. You probably already have your own opinions about it, your own thoughts about it. Now, it's Juice WRLD and Marshmello. So I doubt we're going to be looking at some lyrics that are going to be hard to take apart and look at something and be like, wow, I wonder what they're trying to say. It should be pretty straightforward. There may be a couple of references here or there that maybe we don't understand, but we're just gonna jump in. We're gonna look at the lyrics, and I'll throw out some of my observations, my analysis, my interpretations. I really wish we could talk about the musical aspect here, but you can listen to it. You can draw your own conclusions. We're just going to focus on the lyrics for this episode of the Currently On podcast, where we talk about, come on, say it with me, what's currently on. And what's currently on, at least my stereo today, was Juice WRLD and Marshmello, Come and Go. And then when I saw all of the news articles about the chart performance, I was like, oh, okay, well, I better talk about it now before Taylor Swift knocks it off every chart in existence, okay? So I'm going to open up Apple Music right here. I'm going to open up Apple Music, all right? And okay, I apologize for that. That was not intended to be a copyright violation. That was not intended to be a copyright violation. Please ignore that. That was not Come and Go by Juice WRLD and Marshmello. Though that was just a bunch of kids next door. They got some instruments. I don't even know what song they were playing. Okay, so all right. Good thing that didn't come through the actual feed. That came through my iPad. All right. How does this song begin? Come and Go, Juice WRLD and Marshmello. It begins in a very almost somber way, and then it picks up, and you get to that guitar coming in, kind of definitely a rock influenced vibe, but it starts off in a quieter, more mellow way. You can hear emotion in it. All right, here we go. All right, it starts off with the typical whoa, oh type of thing. Then it says Mello made it right. Okay. Now, I don't know if Mello made it right or not, but okay, here we go. Now, this is where the song takes kind of you may see it as, it'd be interesting how people hear it. Based off the way it's sung at the beginning, it almost comes across as depressed, but it also comes across, maybe it comes across as hopeful, as you're kind of rooting for the person, but do you feel like that he can really get where he's striving for, or it's a fool's errand? He's never going to get there. You'll see what I mean right out of the gate. Juice says this: I try to be everything that I can. So obviously we're starting off with he's striving to be something. He's striving to be something better. He's trying to improve. Now, and I'm going to read this like I've never heard the song before. I would stop right there and go, obviously where I think he's going here, he's trying to be everything that he can, possibly for a relationship. He's trying to be everything he can for a relationship. But look what he says here. I try to be everything that I can, but sometimes I come out as being nothing. All right, well, that's depressing when you strive to do the best and you end up being nothing. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. I try to be everything that I can, but sometimes I come out as being nothing. All right. So he stressed that again. And I'm saying nothing. I'm saying being. It's being nothing. Okay. You understand. I'm not going to try to emphasize the words the way they are sung, because that just usually comes off weird when you're trying to read it. Like if I try to state it, being nothing, I'm not going to do it that way. All right. So I'm just going to read it like if it was written normally. That's where it doesn't come across as awkwardly as me trying to read words that you really have to hear sung. Does that make sense? Okay. Hopefully it makes sense. But you get the vibe here. We get the vibe. He's trying to be something, but he ends up coming out as being nothing. And I think I think a lot of young people can understand this. I think we can all understand this. I think we all may have an ideal of what we want to be, but then we fall short of that ideal over and over and over. He goes on he turns to God to make him a better man. I pray to God that he make me a better man. Maybe one day I'll stand for something. All right. Now that's interesting. What do you mean stand for something? You know, like he's trying to be better. Is he trying to be better in the fact that he doesn't typically stand for something? Does he feel like he doesn't have a purpose, that he has no real meaning? Kind of this meaningless feeling, vanity of vanities. If you know the biblical book of Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes, you have King Solomon. Basically, the book of Ecclesiastes is his journal. If you really want to get to some depressing, deep thing, read the book of Ecclesiastes. Basically, here's a king. He's trying to figure out what the purpose in life is, what the meaning of life is, and he takes out trying out everything. And he starts the book out by saying meaningless, meaningless, meaningless. Everything is absolutely meaningless. And then you read in his journal, he tries books, he tries comedy, he tries women, he tries everything. He tries everything, and he keeps coming up to this conclusion that everything is meaningless. Juice here is saying maybe one day I'll stand for something. So he's turning to God, and maybe one day he'll stand for something. Then he says this: I'm thanking God that he made you a part of the plan. All right, now there brings in kind of possibly the romantic vibe to the song, right? He's thanking God that this person he's referring to, that this person is part of the plan. I guess I ain't go through all that hell for nothing. All right. So he now it seems he's trying to be a better man, and it looks like he's trying to be a better man. He wants to stand for something for this person that's now a part of the plan. And he now maybe he realizes he didn't go through all of that crap, as his words, all that hell for nothing. Maybe it was all for something. Maybe it was all for something. He goes, I'm always, and then I won't say the word, effing up and wrecking stuff. Okay. I'm going to make this, I'm not going to use the explicit lyrics, but please note, obviously the F, I think you know what that is. And, wrecking stuff, it's another S word. So, but he feels like he's always messing up. He feels like he's always breaking stuff. You're trying to do better. And clearly he wants to do better for a relationship, but you feel like you just keep messing up. And that's a horrible place to be in. And I think that these lyrics would clearly relate. I think the younger you are, sometimes you can go through a period in life when you're younger and you feel like every time you turn around, what the heck? I'm messing up in school. My parents are mad at me. I lost my relationship here. Everything's going to garbage. I'm breaking stuff. I'm messing everything up. So clearly Juice feels like that. And this is where I say, when I'm listening to the song, it's like, okay, can he be a better person, or is he just doomed to keep messing up? Can you be so convinced that you're messing up that no matter how hard you try to do better, you basically sabotage your own self? That's a deep thought. Here you go. So he says he's always messing up. He's always wrecking stuff, okay? It seems like I perfected it. He seems like he's perfected the art of messing everything up. Now, again, when you become convinced that you always mess things up, as soon as you're not messing it up, do you almost subconsciously sabotage yourself that you do mess things up? I think it's an interesting take on it. I offer you my love. All right, here's this person that I think is key to the song. I offer you my love. I hope you take it like some medicine. You tell me ain't nobody better than me. Well, that's always good to hear. It's always good to have someone in your life telling you there's no one better than you. Everybody longs to have that. I think that there's better than me. Hope you see the better in me. Now, I love those lines. That is really, really good. The way I like the way they do this. You tell me ain't nobody better than me. All right. I think there's better than me. I hope you see the better in me. That's really clever. Really clever. You tell me ain't nobody better than me. I think that there's better than me. I hope you see the better in me. That I really like that. I always end up bettering me. I like that. So he ends this with basically this person always ends up bettering him. They always end up making him a better person. And it's always good in your life to have someone who feels that makes you better. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. Now, it's never good to be in a relationship where you have to live in fear that you're such a mess up that you almost inevitably know you're going to mess it up, because once you start thinking that way, you will inevitably mess it up. When you get in a relationship that you think you're inevitably going to mess it up, you will inevitably mess it up because you will almost sabotage it subconsciously. And I think that there's a little bit of that possibly going on here. This type of love don't always come and go. Okay, I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. Okay, you get the idea. All right. Now, here's where I think it's sad, but it's so common in Juice Wrld lyrics. But it's sad. All right. So this type of love don't always come and go. All right. He don't want to ruin this one. He wants to be a better person. He wants to stand for something. He hopes this person sees what's better in him. And then we read this line: we take drugs, then you hold me close. Yeah, drugs are usually not a way to bettering yourself. Drugs is usually not a way to bettering your relationship. That's usually not a good idea. Is there the self-sabotage coming in? Hey, this love, this is the type of love that don't always come and go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love. Hey, but we take drugs and then you hold me close. I mean, nothing could go wrong with a relationship if we had a little drug taking in it, right? Then I tell you how you make me whole. Sometimes I feel you like being alone. Then you tell me that I should have stayed in the room. Guess I got it all wrong, all along, my fault. My mistakes probably wipe all the rights I've done. Saying goodbye to bygones, those are bygones. Head up, baby, stay strong. We're going to live long. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. And then that's repeated until the end. This type of love don't always come and go. So it's kind of I don't know if you're listening to it. Now, you may get caught up in the music, and it definitely has a kind of a pop punk vibe there when the guitars kick in. It definitely has that. And we could talk the musical structure there. But I don't know how you feel about it. Like, on one hand, I feel like I'm rooting like on one hand, you kind of feel bad and you're rooting for the person. And then you kind of feel like, man, this person he's going to mess it up. He's going to mess it up. And I know that wasn't the indication with that lyric that we take drugs together, but we take drugs together and then it seems everything goes wrong after taking the drugs together. I just think sometimes we self-sabotage. We self-sabotage. And I think that's a psychological phenomenon that is very, very real. If you perceive that it's going to fall apart, if you perceive that the relationship's going to fall apart, if you perceive you're going to mess up, you subconsciously put yourself in a situation where you do mess up and you do break the relationship and you self-sabotage it and you do destroy it. And then it ends up you missing out on the kind of love that, that comes once in a lifetime. In fact, let me read that last line again. All right, I'm rethinking that last line here. 1 second. My iPad closed on me. This type of love don't always come and go. This is the kind of love that doesn't always come around. This is the kind of love that always doesn't come and go. This is, once you get this, you don't want it to go. You want it to stay. But if you're already going into it with this mindset, oh, well, this is so perfect, I'm going to mess this up, then you do. Do you self-sabotage? Do I self-sabotage? Did Juice self-sabotage himself? Right? I mean, is that what this song is about in a little bit of a way, in a kind of a roundabout way? Give me 1 second. I want to look something up because I don't want to say something that's not 100% accurate. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do a search right here. All right, let's see. Okay, he was born December the 2nd, 1998, died December the 8th, 2019, at the age of 21 in Oak Lawn, Illinois. All right, let me go here. See, he was aboard a private Gulfstream jet flying into Los Angeles. Okay. They found some drugs on it. He had taken several unknown pills, including allegedly swallowing multiple, attempt to hide them. Oh, man. So it looks like that the cops were waiting. There was possible drugs on board. Then he took the pills in order to possibly hide them. He began convulsing and seizing, after which 2 doses of the emergency medication Narcan were administered as an opioid overdose was suspected. He was transported to a nearby Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, where he was pronounced dead. Man, that's a sad way to go. So when you hear a song about someone striving to be a better man, and then in the lyric talks about we take drugs, you're like, that's not going to make you better. That's going to self-sabotage. It's going to destroy you. So was it self-sabotage in that sense? I don't know. Those lyrics hit pretty close to home. And I think that's probably why the album has really hit a lot of people and it's been so well received. Is probably there's a lot there I think he sings about a lot of things a lot of people feel. And a lot of people feel like they want to be a better person, but they can never be a better person. And I think inevitably we end up making ourselves not a better person because it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'll stop right there. There you have it. Juice Wrld, Marshmello, come and go. Number 1, rock charts, alternative charts. The album's number 1 currently until the numbers all come in for Taylor Swift. It's an album definitely worth listening. At times, you can listen to it and take the emotional roller coaster that it can take you on. I'm not going to pretend that I was ever a gigantic Juice Wrld fan because I wasn't. I think he definitely was bringing in kind of a new sound into hip hop and rap. And I think there's he will be remembered for a little bit of that and the innovation that he was trying to take in. And we'll see how that sound gets carried off in different directions. We could talk a lot about that. It's sad that he passed away at such an early age. But hopefully his music will speak to people and challenge people to look at their own lives and, Well, there are the lyrics, and now you can send me your thoughts about the lyrics. newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. All right, well, that's what's currently on this Sunday afternoon. Tell me what you're listening to. There's so much music I want to talk about. And I did start watching, I think, is it episode 5 or episode 6 of Warrior Nun? Oh, there's a lot I want to talk about, but I didn't finish it. We'll have to talk about the biblical reference used in it. That's Warrior Nun, currently streaming on Netflix. Go watch it. Really interesting show. A lot of theological stuff going on there. The Capture on Peacock TV. Definitely watch that. Those are the two shows I'm most into right now. Got a lot of TV to catch up on. I'll probably try to catch up on some tonight or maybe tomorrow. But that's what's going on here. So thanks for listening. Remember, Currently On Podcast. The Currently On Podcast is currently available on pretty much all podcast apps. Please subscribe to the Currently On Podcast. Tell others about it. We love to talk about music, movies, TV shows, sports. If it's on, we talk about it. And I think we offer a unique perspective. I do more than just say, hey, currently Juice Wrld is playing. He's on this, he's this number on the charts, and I really like the album. I give it a thumbs up. I think we analyze things in kind of a unique perspective, and hopefully you appreciate it. All right, everyone, have a great one. Have a good one. Go listen to something. Go stream something. Main thing, enjoy life. It's short. Don't waste a second.